Good day, children. Today in this video we will see the story of Eklavya. Many years ago, almost 5,000 years ago, there lived a young boy named Eklavya. He was the son of tribal chief. Everybody loved Eklavya. He had a secret dream. He wanted to become an excellent archer. Who is an archer? A person who shoots arrows from the bow for sports or as a weapon. In those days, it was also used as a weapon, but now we use it as only in sports. He loved archery and hoped that one day he would become a disciple of the great Dronacharya. Dronacharya is a great guru. Okay. Drona's gurukul was a school where young boys were taught to become great warriors. What do you mean by gurukul? Gurukul is nothing but a boarding school, okay, in those days. A type of school in ancient India where the students lived near the guru, often in the same house, learned from the guru and also helped them with household work. It's a story of a young boy named Eklavya, and he is the son of tribal chief. He was loved by everyone, okay, and his dream was to become an archer, and he wanted to be the student, the disciple, means the student of great Dronacharya, okay, where young boys were taught to become great warrior. So Eklavya's dream was to be the student of Dronacharya. Okay. Eklavya's father was troubled. In those days, people followed the customs of their ancestors, and it was almost impossible to take up any work that their ancestors had not done. Eklavya's family came from a small, hard-working and a proud forest tribe. He did not belong to a family of traditional soldiers or warriors. Okay, now we saw that Eklavya's dream is to become an archer. This was troubling his father because in those days people followed the customs of their ancestors. Ancestors are whom? Like people related to you who lived a long time ago. Okay, ancestors, and it was almost impossible to take up any work that their ancestors had not done. So this archery was not done by their ancestors, Eklavya's ancestors. Okay, this was troubling his father. Eklavya's family come from a small, hard-working and a proud forest tribe. Okay, he did not belong to a family where he's a traditional soldiers or warriors. Okay, he's a tribe. Eklavya's father knew that his son would not be able to train as a warrior. But he was a loving father and encouraged his son. He gave Eklavya his blessings and sent him on his journey to meet Drona. When Eklavya reached Drona's gurukul, he saw the disciples practicing in the archery yard, in that ground, in that place. Eklavya's eyes searched for Drona. Where was he? His eyes fell on a man who was instructing a boy. Eklavya guessed the teacher was Drona. He went to Drona and bowed. So what happened? Eklavya's father, even though he was feeling troubled, but he didn't show off this to his son. So his father knew that his son would not be able to train as a warrior. He was very clear in that because the others, the warrior and the soldiers, they will not allow a tribe to become an archer. So he knows this clearly, but he don't want to stop his son. But he was a loving father and encouraged his son. He gave Eklavya his blessings and sent him on his journey to meet Dronacharya, the guru. Okay, now Eklavya reached Drona's gurukul, Drona's school. At last, Eklavya saw his guru Dronacharya. The sage was surprised to see him. "Who are you?" he asked. "I'm Eklavya, son of the tribal chief from the western part of the forests of Hastinapura," answered Eklavya. "Please accept me as your disciple and teach me how to shoot arrows accurately." So, at last, Dronacharya and Eklavya met each other. So, Dronacharya asked in surprise, "Who are you?" And he said that he is the son of a tribal chief and he is Eklavya and he is from the western part of the forests of Hastinapur. Hastinapur is where currently Meerut is, okay, in Uttar Pradesh. Okay, please, and he said that, "Please accept me as your student and teach me how to shoot arrows properly." Okay, Drona sighed. "Eklavya," he said, "you're a tribal hunter and I cannot teach you." So what do you mean by sighed? It's like to emit a long or a deep audible breath expressing sadness or tiredness or similar things. Okay, it's like Drona sighed. "Eklavya," he said, "you're a tribal hunter and I cannot teach you." So this is what is called as sighed. This is how he said. Arjuna, who was Drona's disciple, snapped at him. "Dronacharya is a royal teacher appointed by the king to train us, the princes of the kingdom. How dare you come to the gurukul and seek him? Leave now." So he said that Dronacharya is appointed by the king, Dhritarashtra, who was the king in that time period. Okay, he was the king of Hastinapur, and it is for to train the princes, not for you. Okay, and how dare you come to the gurukul and seek him? Leave now. He just said that, leave now. So that is kind of snapping. Okay, saying in a rude way. Eklavya was stunned at Arjuna's behavior. He himself was the son of chief of his clan, but he never insulted anyone in such a way. He looked at Drona for some kind of support, but the sage remained silent. He refused to teach him. Eklavya was deeply hurt. "It's not fair," he thought. He left the place with a broken heart and a bad taste in his mouth. Now, more than ever, he was determined to learn archery. Eklavya thought to himself, "I may belong to a tribal family, but I am as strong and enthusiastic as Drona's royal disciples. If I practice the art every day, I will surely become an archer." So he himself was the son of the chief of his clan. Clan is like a big dynasty or a big dynasty of tribes. Okay, so he himself was the prince, but he never insulted anyone in such a way. He looked at Drona for some kind of support. He thought that Dronacharya will give him some kind of support, but he kept silent. Okay, he didn't speak anything and he just said that he's not going to teach him. Now what happened to Eklavya? He didn't sit and cry. Instead, what did he do? Now more than ever, he was very determined to learn archery. Eklavya thought to himself and he said that, "I may belong to a tribal family, but I am as strong and enthusiastic as Drona's royal disciple. Okay, I'm very active and I can learn archery even more better. So I'm just equal to Dronacharya's disciples, Dronacharya's students. If I practice the art every day, if I practice this archery every day, I will surely become an archer." He said this to himself. Eklavya soon reached his own forest. He took some mud from a nearby river and made a statue of Drona. So soon after his promise to himself, he made a promise, right? That he will become the best archer ever. So he went to his forest and he took some clay, the mud from a nearby river and made a statue of Drona. He then placed it in a clearing in the forest. Clearing is like an area in the wood or forest which trees and bushes have been removed. Okay, in this text, clearing means an area where the trees and the bushes have been removed. Eklavya truly believed that if he practiced before his guru, he would become a skillful archer. Every morning he would take his bow and arrow, worship the statue of Drona and begin to practice. He soon became an extraordinary archer. So his dream has become true. Better even than Arjuna, Drona's best pupil, Drona's best student. Okay? One day, while Eklavya was practicing, he heard a dog barking. The continuous barking was beginning to distract him. The continuous barking of the dog was beginning to distract Eklavya. He walked towards the dog and fired 7 arrows in quick succession. Quick successions mean quickly, one after the other. Okay? He was so skilled that the arrows proved harmless to the dog, but prevented it from barking. So what happened? He just shot the arrows, 7 arrows in a quickly manner, but one after the other to the dog, okay, in the dog's mouth. What happened to the dog? Nothing happened. And it proved that it was harmless to the dog, but prevented it from barking. This is something really great. Eklavya proved him as a skillful archer. It didn't hurt the dog, but prevented it from barking. Some distance away, in the very same area of the forest, Drona was training the Pandava princes. When they noticed the dog, Drona was amazed. Such excellent aim can only come from the mighty archer, he exclaimed. Okay? He felt he had to meet the skillful archer. They stopped practice and began searching that forest for the archer. They stopped the practice and they started to search for the archer. To their surprise, so what did they see? They found a boy dressed in black. Drona went up to him. Your aim is truly remarkable, Drona praised Eklavya. From whom did you learn archery? Eklavya was thrilled to hear Drona's words of praise. He was just dreaming for this. He was wanting for such kind of praise. Okay? So he was very happy. From you, my master, you are my guru, Eklavya replied, bowing his head. Your guru? How can I be your guru? I have never seen you before, Drona exclaimed in surprise. All of a sudden he remembered. Are you not the same tribal boy I turned away from my gurukul some time ago? So, Dronacharya was in a great surprise, and then he remembered that, okay, I guess that you are not the boy that whom I chased away from my gurukul. So, and he said, yes, Dronacharya, replied Eklavya. After I left your gurukul, I came home and made a statue of you and worshipped it every day. I practiced before your image. You refused to teach me, but your statue did not. I have become a good archer. Hearing this, what happened to Arjuna? Arjuna became angry. But you promised me that you would make me the best archer in the world, he accused Drona, his guru. Now a hunter has become a better archer than me. So Arjuna couldn't take this. Okay? Drona remained silent. He couldn't say anything. Okay? But because they have to accept the fact that Eklavya is the best and is better than Arjuna in the archery. So he was upset and angry, decided to punish Eklavya. Who decided to punish? Dronacharya decided to punish Eklavya. You say you have taught by me. Okay. Where is your Guru Dakshina? The sage demanded. Guru Dakshina is like a term in Sanskrit, what students offer their guru as a payment for the training. Eklavya was overjoyed. Dronacharya, I will be the happiest person on the earth to serve you. Ask me anything and I will offer it to you as my Guru Dakshina. So what did Guru Dronacharya ask Eklavya? I ask for the thumb on your right hand, Dronacharya declared.